My name is Maria. I'm a computer science teacher, and we are going to talk about our experience with students with vision impairments. So we have considered two cases. The first one is Arturo, and the second one is Cosmina. So Arturo studies System and Network Administration in our high school, and he suffers albinism complex with permanent nystagmus, which means rapid eye movement, involuntary. So he cannot see properly, and he has a very sensitive to, his eyes are very sensitive to light and brightness. And Cosmina, the case of Cosmina is different because she was born blind. So she is involved in a project called Barrierless Project, which means that their mates built a special ready-to-text machine using Arduino. So we will talk about it later. So here you are Arturo, the blonde one. So he has a special albinism called ocular albinism, which is a mutation of it's a gene mutation of the X chromosome, and it's almost always in males. So he has special eyes, and in this type of albinism, he has no coloring in the retina. So he suffered all these things: strabismus, photophobia, nystagmus, impaired vision, and astigmatism. So in our classroom, he needs this special tool called Zoom Text. With this tool, he can, for example, get larger text sizes. He can change the size of the pointer, or change the background color and the text color too, and he can use shortcuts in the keyboard. So he managed all the tool with the keyboard. So the this toolbar is always accessible for him. So here you have Arturo, and he's going to answer some questions about how he uses this tool.
Hello, Gabriel,
Sorry.
Hello, my name is Gabriel, and he's Arturo, and he's going to try to tell us what kind of visual problems he has and how he deals with them. So, could you please tell us in more detail what exactly happens with your vision?
Complejo labirinto guardián con nystagmus permanente y falta de pigmentación en el iris.
And what exactly do you study?
System and network administration.
Could you show us how you use your tool exactly?
¿Cómo se llama la?
La herramienta se llama Zoom Text.
Zoom Text. ¿Qué puedes hacer con ella? What can you do with the tool?
¿Puedes ampliar el texto en pantalla? Todo lo que quieras. Siempre el color de la pantalla para darlo mejor. Puede resaltar más el cursor para saber dónde está exactamente. Y poner una marca cuando escribes para saber exactamente dónde está escribiendo.
Muy bien, Arturo, cuéntanos, ¿cómo te ayuda esta herramienta? ¿Podrías trabajar sin esta herramienta?
Malamente. Sí, pero...
Enséñanos un poco cómo trabajarías.
Nada más adaptar el sistema sería esto lo que vería y ya iniciar la aplicación y se dará la confirmación que tengo guardada con que determinar. Ya pues haría lo que hacer en cada momento.
As she is a little shy, here you have another example of using these tools, zoom test.
Hi, I'm Carrie Truesdell, and I use ZoomText to navigate on the computer. ZoomText helps low vision users use the computer so that they can see text at larger sizes. Some of the features include cursor and pointer enhancements that change the size and color of the cursor and pointer so that the user can track the items better. Additionally, ZoomText offers a color enhancement feature so that the user can change the text against the background color so that it is more easily read. Color contrast is a major issue for users with low vision. This site is an example of poor contrast. In the navigation bar, we have white text on an orange background that does not meet sufficient contrast ratios. It is difficult to see for some users. Additionally, once a link is selected, it becomes a large orange color against orange and it's difficult to see the selection. In the main content area, there's an orange heading against the white background that also has poor contrast and is difficult for certain users to see. Focus is a major issue for users with low vision. Sometimes it's difficult to track the focus or to see when messages appear on the side. On this login form, we're going to type in an email address and a password and see if we can track when the error message appears. Once we activate the sign-in button, we will scroll around the screen to find a visual indication of the error message. This error message disappears fairly quickly and the user does not have time to read the message before it disappears. Horizontal scrolling is another big issue for users with low vision. When the user has to move the horizontal scroll bar to navigate the page, they lose their place when navigating back to the content they were reading. So that was an overview of major issues affecting screen magnification users when using the web.
Okay, so here you have our second case, Cosmina. Cosmina was born blind, so she used a special typewriter called Perkins typewriter for exams and assignments. She's going to be...
Hola, soy Cosmina, tengo 15 años, estudio en el Instituto Yusarahara, no me acuerdo eso, y me hace mucha ilusión este proyecto porque me gusta la robótica, porque quiero conocerlos y creo que todos podemos aprender de su experiencia.
She's going to introduce herself. That's what I want to say. Okay. So what is the problem with Cosmina? Cosmina needs this machine, and this machine costs a lot of money. And this machine is a Perkins typewriter that only writes in Braille. But teachers doesn't know or didn't know how to read Braille or write Braille. So they need an external translator, and they have to send all Cosmina exams and assignments, and then to translate from Braille to Spanish. So this process took almost a month. Okay. So in the environment, started to think a solution. What kind of solution may invent? Okay, so in the technology class, they thought that a very good option would be to build a brain-to-text machine. So it was a very interesting idea because all the students are well involved. This is a real problem with a real mate, okay, in the classroom. So they have a really high motivation, and they wanted to make Cosmina's life better. Okay, so to build this machine, they need a special hardware, okay, because they are going to build a machine. So this is the reason why they use this kind of hardware, because open source hardware and open source software has a special characteristics such as refers to the design specifications of physical objects, which are licensed in such a way that said object can be studied, modified, created, and distributed by anyone. And open hardware is a set of design principle and legal practice, not a specific kind of object. So the term refers to any number of objects, like chairs, computer, robots, even in houses. Okay, like open source software, which is very common, the source code of the open hardware, schematic, blueprints, logic design, computer aid designs, is available for, this is very important, modification or enhancement by anyone under permissive license. So open hardware source code should be accessible, and its components are preferably easy for anyone to obtain. And this magnificent open source hardware was Arduino, or is Arduino. So here we have a video about what is Arduino, and Mark Richardson is going to explain it better than me.
If you are wondering what it is, we use Arduino a lot in our projects at Make. Due to its popularity and ease of use, it's one of our favorite microcontrollers. If you're not even sure what a microcontroller is, this video has it covered. A microcontroller is a circuit board that has a chip on it that can be programmed to do many different things. You can read information from sensors. For instance, if you want the board to read how bright it is in the room, you can use this photoresistor, which is sensitive to light. Or you can detect when someone walks into a room with this motion sensor. Even this GPS receiver is a sensor. It tells your project where on the globe it is. Now, that's just a small sample of the different kinds of input that sensors provide, but what can you do with that data? Using output, you can control devices or display and store data. For instance, you can have Arduino simply blink an LED like this. For something more useful, you can let you control the power of your AC devices like your lamps and appliances. This LCD readout will let the Arduino display text information, and you can also use sensor values to allow into your computer for storing or processing. We're just scratching the surface of the different inputs and outputs that we can use with the Arduino. There's just way too much out there to cover in a single video. But let's take a look at how Arduino can play a role in a basic project. Let's say you want the Arduino lights to turn off when you press play on the DVR or DVD player's remote so that you can enjoy your movie in the dark automatically. To make this happen, we need a sensor that can read the light that comes out of the remote control. It looks like this and it's an infrared sensor. And how do we turn off the lights? We use the power switch down I mentioned before. It plugs into your wall and you plug your lamp into it. This wire is what we'll use to control the power switch inside. So how do these work together? Well, that's where the Arduino comes in. We'll link both of them up to the Arduino pins and write some code to help us the board using free software. In a very basic overview, the code that we upload to the Arduino will be checking to see if the sensor has received any pulses of infrared light from the remote. If the pattern of flashes matches the pattern of flashes we know to be for play, the Arduino will send the signal to the power switch tail to cut the power to the lamps. We can get it with this project so that when we hit stop or pause, the lights turn back on. It's just a matter of updating the code and uploading it to the board. You can reprogram these boards over and over again. There's so much you can do with the Arduino, it's kind of incredible.
So in the following video, the software and hardware developers of the write-to-text machine are going to explain us how they have done.
Hola a todos, estamos en la tercera fase ya. La clase la hemos dividido en dos departamentos, hardware y software. Y ahora Sergio nos va a explicar su departamento.
Bueno, pues yo como componente del departamento de hardware hemos construido, entre otro compañero y yo, la máquina. La máquina la hemos inspirado en la máquina Perkins, que es la que utiliza nuestra compañera Cosmina habitualmente, y así le resulta lo más similar posible a su día a día. Las distintas piezas hemos cogido la medida y las hemos hecho en madera. Después, para hacer los 9 distintos pulsadores, hemos utilizado un final de carrera, ya que pensamos que era lo que mejor podía emular los pulsadores que tiene ella. Y después, para que fuese más confortable, hemos puesto unos trocitos de tabla de marquetería para simular los distintos botones.
Para hacer el circuito hemos utilizado un resistor, porque si no lo utilizamos, una de las entradas se queda en un estado indeterminable y esa entrada al aire libre nos producía un error. También, y aquí tenemos el resumen o el esquema del circuito. Cada combinación de teclas lo tratamos como un número binario. Ese número binario lo que hacemos es pasarlo al número decimal, que luego a su vez creamos dos arrays de combinaciones, una decimal y otra de la letra. Por ejemplo, si pulsamos la combinación correspondiente de la A, pues nos lleva hasta la combinación 32, que es la posición 0, que lo busca en el alfabeto, la posición 0 que corresponde a la A.
Lo que vamos a hacer ahora va a ser una pequeña prueba para que veáis cómo funciona nuestro proyecto. Como veis, estamos poniendo distintos términos, dejando espacios entre ellos, etc. También el cambio de línea y el uso de las mayúsculas. Y aunque aquí también el uso de los signos matemáticos de los números. Hola a todos, ahora después de la prueba que ha realizado nuestra compañera Cosmina para comprobar que va todo perfectamente en la máquina, ahora vamos a comprobar ya la última función que tiene, que gracias a la tarjeta micro SD que tenemos aquí, le podemos conectar al ordenador, gracias a un adaptador. Conectamos al ordenador y en el ordenador nos va a aparecer aquí vemos abierto ya el micro SD con IVA, que es lo que acabamos de realizar. Entonces, tratamos aquí, vamos a ir con LibreOffice. Lo mismo ya nos va a aparecer exactamente lo mismo que nos ha escrito nuestra compañera Cosmina, hemos habido algún fallito, que eso poco a poco lo vamos a ir puliendo. Pero esto es así, digamos, a grosso modo, lo que queremos conseguir con nuestro trabajo. Y así es como vamos a facilitar el problema que tenemos actualmente con nuestra compañera, para que sea más rápido todo el tema de sus exámenes y etcétera.
Okay, and to finish, we included this article about how open hardware is the future for living without physical disability. I recommend you to read it, and I think that's all. And that's all. Thank you very much.